back to Chasing the Dream on Alma, Missouri. Or Farming Simulator 22. Alright, so we've got a tanker full of digestate because we've made a purchase. As you can see, our money went down since the end of May. We weren't going to get through all the digestate. There's nowhere to really sell it in town. I haven't really found any mods to use it to sell. But what I did find, which will come down here, is talk to a guy, and he goes, hey, for about 50 grand, take some old shipping containers, and we can build you a, kind of like a transfer. So I was like, okay, I'm listening. And then lo and behold, he builds this. So this will actually take slurry and digestate, and it will, over time, turn it into solid fertilizer, which we will put on the train and sell to Sedalia, to their large co-op over there. Because there's really nowhere around here that will purchase it, I'm told. So I thought maybe, you know, a little shop, we get our stuff, the little co-op on the end of town, but they do not. They get theirs. They have a contract with somebody else. That's where they get it from, and that is it. So we'll jump in here, and we'll see it filled up pretty quick. 21,000, so we're not actually going to burn through it that quick here either. Which has me slightly worried. So we might need to get something bigger. I mean, it's just pump and digestate. I mean, it's not even going to keep up really with the digestate from here. So we'll definitely have to utilize a lot of it on the field, I think, to kind of get ourselves caught up. And then I think from there we can kind of finagle it to work. Now, let's go in the sale items. Nothing. It's all the stuff we saw yesterday. So nothing crazy. Trying to think here. You know, I had a little note of something, but what we do need to do, we got our tires on, so keeping these on. We might have to go get some herbicide, which is something else. You know, let's actually go in here, because that was something else I thought I was looking at. So we go to productions. There was some smaller silos we could use. I know that's fertilizer. Another option. That one we know takes some, does exactly what those containers do, but it was a little more. This one takes manure. This one takes slurry. That one takes fertilizer and water and turns it into all the above. Well, liquid fertilizer, I guess. Yeah, there's nothing really. That's what we bought right there. That's beet pulp, so that's nothing that helps us out. You know, forming our own seeds. Kind of looked into that. Might be able to make some money off that, but again, nothing crazy. Now, there was this multi-production factory, which I was kind of looking at, because it, you know, we could make minerals off of it. It's another fertilizer option. It was cheaper, it's just a large building, and it would take some time to get put up. So we didn't really go into it that far, but I'm trying to think of, you know, we want to create our own herbicide, if possible. You have the distributor there, which is more for our gardens. You get the warehouses, right? Potato, was this the one? No, this is seed production as well. Does nothing really for us right now. Down the road, possibly. This uses herbicide, so again, finding something that will allow us to create herbicide is kind of where we're at. We just got to figure that out. And honestly, nothing in the generators. I've thought about putting a solar field up. You know, that one's large, but even putting, you know, we have enough money down here. You know, maybe put some out here. Could have one here. Can have one inside the pen with the calves, so on and so forth. But just something to think of. So what we're gonna do right now is though we're gonna drive out to the soybeans. There are some weeds growing up out there, and we do not want that on that crop. So we'll head out there. We'll get that tended to, and oh, a little wheelie action. Look at that little moment. I have to clip that for later and go back. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna take care of the weeds up here. Do I have? I want to try to do this the best precisional way we can, which should be. This thing bounces a lot. I'll unfold this. I just want to go to a precision farming map. There it is. Okay, we definitely, yeah, so we know that's there. pH, we gotta put some lime down on them. No, yeah. Next year we're gonna have to put some lime down on them. Nitrogen, corn's a little heavy. I was worried about that. Soybeans, that upper corner, you know, that farmer did put a little extra in. That's what also worried me about. Seed rate, yeah. So now if we spot spray, we should be fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this on, and we are gonna go to tending some weeds. Hopefully we don't go through too much herbicide. It looks like it's spots. It's not spot spraying, because this one does not allow that to happen. So we probably will lose a little bit of an eco bonus that we would have got from this, just because we're not spot spraying. But with that said, it is pretty bad out here weed wise, as you can see right now looking across. So we'll see if we can get this all done with our remaining herbicide. But ideally this would be what I want to do, is produce my own. Just because, you know, sometimes we're going to try to cultivate and go that way about it. While we're also here, I'm hoping, we got to test it, but there's a conservation mod coming out. And when I say that, what it does is it recognizes, that's the word I'm looking for, you know, ways to better take care of the land than, you know, the basic things we do: plow, cultivate, so on and so forth. And it allows you to have a few more options with the cycles. That way you don't have to worry about it. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this off while we're here, speaking of, because it seems to all be that lower field that has all the weeds, which could work in our favor. Pull up here, yeah. Excuse me. But that seems to be where it all is down here. So we'll spray this. Like I said, hopefully we can do it all, but I don't think we can. We're already down to about 35 gallons already. It is pretty weeded up, but we'll have to run into town and get some more herbicide. But for right now, we'll just keep working this and we'll go from there. So what I'm going to be able to do is actually now go back this way. Just go right down and we'll knock out some more. It's all low enough, and with the row crop tires we can go right between them. We'll be fine. Try to stay in between the rows at least, like that. So we're about to run out. And there we go. So I'm going to run to town. I will go get some more herbicide and we will go from there. So see y'all in a bit. Alright, so we are back at it. Got some more money coming in from our silage factory, we'll call it, I guess. Not the fermenter, but our mini BGA. Put some more silage in there, about 75,000 liters, so we're pushing through. I need to look to see if how far we'll be off before we can bale. Because getting those bales and providing a bale barn situation will be our next task. But we should have enough herbicide to definitely finish this, I would think. Knock on wood. But yeah. Pretty much one tank of it is all we really need to grab. Container for us, I guess, is what we call it. I call it a tank because they're just little mini tanks. But yeah, I mean, it took it all. I think we were maybe said we're 99% full, so not bad for this. Makes it a little easy to know that it takes, you know, 1 or 2 to fill it, and then you're good to go. So we'll be down to definitely a partial again when we unload this. But I'm hoping I can, you know, we can check in a second when we get up there. And drive around that way and go look at the field where we park this. And see, you know, how close that is. Because I think our winter crops are going to be ready next month. I could be wrong. But the big thing for me was this right here. Getting the weeds out of here. We do not want that to become a nuisance. Wait for this to lock in and close. We'll head around. Actually, while we're here, let's actually look at the fields. So we're going to turn the grass on. It's ready to harvest, is what it's telling me. So that's what we want right there. So we get a second cut, which means in August we should be able to get a third cut. October, hopefully a fourth cut, give or take. So, and our winter wheat and winter rye, they're pretty close. Which brings us to our next thing. We need to come up with a harvester before July. So, like I said, still looking around. Pleasant thinks he has a gleaner that we're going to be able to land. So he's been working on the guy to talk the price down, so hopefully that works out for us, so we can take that on. Yeah, so what I wanted to see actually is, do we have weeds popping up there? No, we do not. Looks like I missed a spot there and missed a spot up on 12, but for the most part we got it. That's what I like to see. So we'll head out, and I think what we got to start doing is we got to go mow. So hang on and see y'all in a bit. Alright, so we're gonna grab our little Kubota here. We're gonna hook onto the tedder. We're gonna do some tedding. Right now we got the 140 out there. Sorry, say the 140. I keep calling it 140, and in my head that's 145. That's what I thought. I was like, I know it's not the actual 140. We got the 340 down below the yard right there, but yeah, we'll get this out there. You know, get this raking. I have to look at the size of this tedder, because we might be able to run the same track. I'm not fully sure. I think this is only 6. So we'll get this unfolded. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna... 6.2, so it's not gonna cut it. So we gotta wait a second. Let this guy kind of get around a few times, and then we should be good to start tedding and getting the hay. And then, like I said, I got to figure out, you know, bale barn. Where are we going to put the bale barn? You know, kind of want it over there. I think, honestly, it might have to go up there. So, we go in and we look right now. Let's go... Construction, right? Sheds, Might be under, I think the Michigan one we wanted is actually in here. Yep. So 1,500 bales. I think this could actually get away with up here. Like I said, we still don't know what we're going to do for the grain silo stuff, but I think honestly, you know, getting this up here definitely helps our situation. So 45,000. This will round up to 46. But right here, I mean right there, it'll actually not a bad price. So let's get that put in. So that's set. One of the things I want to do, we kind of, you know, we didn't know what we were going to do here, right? So we just kind of, lollied about. Let's get this tool out and let's get some grass put back in over here. Yeah, that's the thing that we kind of went away from because we just haven't really got after it. So I can't really see too far back here just because it is the edge of the map. And clean that up a little bit right there, like so. So until we can figure out what we put over there, we're going to leave that grass alone. One thing that I do want to put in though is we need some driveway. It doesn't really... Alright, so that's... Try to get it up to the edge of the concrete there. It's a little tough sometimes. But I think if I can smooth this out right here, you know, this will do the job. And ideally, yeah, the road, I think no matter what, we want to keep this road where it is. Like I said, just in the front. And we'll run it right back off there like so. And if we build a road in the back, I'll figure that out when that time comes. You know, let's fill all this in. Get it all filled in. Try to give it a little life here. We kind of let this area go. So we're gonna clean it up now a little bit. So that's not bad. And like I said, we gotta go back to sculpting. Smooth that out, right? And then we wanna smooth that out. I still want to come back here because that might be a roadway we need to access. The other thing I want to do is we keep running into the same kind of issue up here, right? Let's go gravel. Is that the same gravel? Yep. So I want to extend this out just a little bit more. Because we seem to keep running in to the same issues. Kind of turning too much and taking out all that grass. Make sure we, you know, open this up a little bit too, like so. There we go. Looks a little bit better. And obviously it's not perfect, but we do have a bale shed up. We should be able to get in and out of this driveway. Now I'm gonna run over just to kind of walk it. A little bump right here, but I think we're fine because the loading will be right here and you can walk in if you wanted to. Thanks to Pleasant for helping that. But the road, it's a little elevated, but I think we're fine. It might be a little bump on the tires, but I think that'll do it. Now we can come back over here. And you know, looks like he's about to start going up and down. Now that's 9 meters, so 18. What do you do? Three headlands. So 27. So I think we'll be fine. We'll probably have this guy do the same thing. Let's get the target on the field, alright? Just like so. And 3 headlands at 6, so that's 18. We could actually go another 4 there is 24. That kind of does it. And then they'd start to work their way down. Cannot generate course. Why could you not generate course? 4 headlands. I mean, everything looks fine. Let's try to get it on. We might have to do this manually for some reason. See, it's not giving me a target even though I'm in the field. So something's having issues. And there we go. So didn't give me that this was a target field, but whatever. And we will start it off on course play. Like I said, get this tedded. Then we'll rake it up, and we'll pretty much follow the rake. As far as bale trailers, I think we could use that flat deck to do it on our collection. Pretty sure we can. So I'll probably do that and take that there to do the bales loaded up. That'll cover it. So kind of excited. We are getting the second cut in. We know we're going to get 2 more cuts of silage. So that'll be a nice bonus. And then, like I said, yeah, we got the hay. And we'll, for right now, we'll just try to keep using up those bales in the loft as well. So those are put to good use. I'm hoping this works out too, where it doesn't leave one entire row all the way around the field. It shouldn't. Because it goes up and down, it should ted the other section. But I think we're good on that. So I'll see you all after we get done tedding, or at least done mowing and can start raking what we've tedded. Alright, so we've got all the tedding done. The rake's running right now. We're gonna go down. We'll fill this up and we'll wash off the tedder. Get some fuel put in here. There we go. Quick and easy, painless. Grab the hose, power washer, and get this all cleaned off. So we'll get the baling done and be in pretty good shape. I'm hoping we see a harvester pop up on the used equipment for sale page, but not gonna get my hopes up. I think we're gonna have to buy the gleaner. I think, you know, around 80,000, 90,000 will it all be, so we got enough money for that. So we are fine. We'll back this right up, get it all rinsed off. This right over here. Make sure I hit the back wall. We'll leave that in here. I'll actually leave the Kubota in here while we're at it, because we need to go hook up the actual 340 and our baler. So we get some square baling done to put in our new barn. Should have probably cleaned off the cedar as well, but you know me. Just fire it up. Got plenty of gas in it, so we're fine there. Climb through the gears. We already got our truck over there with a loading wagon, so that'll help. Get this shifting. There we go. All in all, this shouldn't be too bad. We should get a fair amount of hay off this. Thought I unfolded that already, but I guess I did not. There we go. So the beauty of a square baler is it will go pretty quick. You know, saying 11 miles per hour right now. I think I'm going to do the headlands just to kind of make sure we're hitting those corners. Getting those all done. It'd be nice to have these large hay bales. Should make it a little easier with everything, especially with our TMR mixing station we now have. Kind of just throw the bales in there and good to go. And then smaller bales, we might move some down and stow them. I guess we could kind of stow them down there without the calves eating them, but that might be our plan there. Like I said though, I want to try to do the headlands here. Hopefully it doesn't put any bales in the way of the raker. And then we'll be able to, you know, load them up, and then it'll just be straight up and down with a baler after that, with nothing in the way. Alright, we already got a bale starting to come out, so that's pretty good. Like I said, I'll do these headlands, because lately we've had, it seems every time we run course play, it's always the corners the baler misses. Even the rake right there missed some in the corner, but that little bit I can live with. It's the big windrows that get left in the corner that's a bit frustrating, but you know, probably a bit of overkill to run the 340 on this as well, but it gets the job done. We're rolling right along, and it kind of allowed me to keep offsetting equipment, which was kind of nice. Be interested to see how many hay bales we do get. Hopefully it should be enough, I would hope, to cover through until the next cycle of hay baling next summer. Doing the math, I think we need like 40 bales right now to cover it at this size. So we'll see how that turns out, but ideally, if we have to, we could buy some. You know, I can live with that because we won't need to buy a lot. I mean, I'm gonna assume this field at least 20. And, you know, maybe that's something that we. You know what? I was gonna say we could probably maybe sneak out another round of hay bales off this field in one of the cuts. But I'd rather keep the silage going, because once we get the fertilizer being made from digestate as well, you know, 2 different incomes coming off of one field. Or actually more than that. Because you'd have the silage off this field would become methane, digestate, the silage, or the grass I should say, becomes silage, silage becomes methane and digestate, and one station we move the silage up to the mini BGA and now becomes methane, electricity in kilowatts that is, and more digestate, and then we take the digestate, we can use it on our fields and we can turn it into fertilizer and sell the fertilizer. So we're really getting quite the turnaround off of just that. So that's why I kind of want to make sure we're getting 3 cuts of silage off this, keeping the silage bins full, and also being able to feed our cows. So I think ideally that's the best way to go about it. And like I said, if we have to buy hay bales, we can buy hay bales. But I think with what we have in the hayloft right now, on top of what we're going to get off here, I think we should have no problem getting through the winter. Like I said, I know I need at least 40 large bales. So it's like 100 something small bales to get to this time next year. So yeah, I think it was 130 small bales, because they're not, I mean, they're 700 liters a bale or something like that. But we're moving along pretty good. So we dropped a few already. Like I said, it'd be nice to be, you know, close to that 40 number right off with this field in the first hay cut of it. You know, it's definitely not grown up like we could possibly get it, where I'm sure we could be dropping a bale every 20 yards, but you know, we want to make sure we're getting multiple cuts off this and getting that slightly high count on the yield. In the end, total yield taken off the field will be more than us waiting for 2 cuts at full. If that makes sense for everybody. So yes, and what we got going on here? She's driving all over. Must be something done on the line of that row. Go around and we'll do one more time and we'll be after it from there. Like I said, then I'll jump in the truck and hired hand should be down over at the barn, clean up the barn stalls. They can run this baler while I run the truck and get some bales collected. Or we can just park this tractor for the time being and, you know, get the bales collected. Just so they're not in the way, like they're looking like they could right here. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to swing this right now just to stay ahead. So that worked out nicely. No complaints there. But yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go collect the bales and we'll probably see you when we get done everything. Alright, so as I suspected was probably going to happen, we got 20 hay bales off this field, half of what we needed, but I was doing the math. I think what we still have up in the hayloft will get by. What I need to remember is this field over here by the cemetery is ours. And I think off camera I'm going to actually mow that, rake it, or tether it, rake it, and bale it. And we might get another 3 bales off that, maybe 4, just to help us out. To keep forgetting that we have that. Could probably even do this hillside up here. Just something for us to keep in mind. But yeah, having that, definitely that one field there is big. So let's pull in here now. Let's get these tucked away. But overall, I think if we really had to, we could buy some. You know, we are gonna make a fair amount of money off the side. Obviously, you know, everything you always want to run through your own farm, do it yourself, so on and so forth. So we'll actually stop that there. But yeah, I think for this episode, you know, we pretty much most of the day. It's coming up on 6 o'clock on June 1st. But you know, we got bales in there now. You know, thanks again, Pleasant View Farms went through, changed colors on this, added the capacity, get rid of this little false wall that was there. And yeah, I mean, cows are fed, barnyard's clean, you know, BGA's running, our fermenting silo's still running. I think there's about 50,000 liters or so left down in that of grass being turned to silage. We'll move some silage up there next, probably tomorrow. We got a lot accomplished, and we're going to start raking in. There's just been nothing else for us that's popped up. But other than that, I think that's what we're going to call a day, because we got most of the tasks done. And honestly, June will just be, the rest of June should be maintaining, unless we take some contracts, which actually, let's go take a gander. What do we got out there? Nothing really. A couple harvesting ones on winter barley already, which impressive turnaround by them. A couple baling ones. Now this is something, you know, we could think about. You know, we don't want to really touch the silage ones, I don't think, unless we're going to use their equipment, but you know, stuff we could do if we wanted to. But I think that'll do it for today. Thanks for always sharing the content. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button with the notification bell so you catch these videos when they come out. And we thank you for stopping by. Till next time, Farmer Ties out.